is
Zaza. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Whipper.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to the podcast. It's Fitzy and Whipper here. Life Improver is a great segment that we started at the start of the year when we were struggling through the pandemic and we thought we need to get motivated for 2022. We've kept it going because there's so many life hacks around. Let's go through some of our favourites. The one that I liked, if you're at your desk all day and your computer sort of logs off, you've got to put your password back in.
Yep.
Put in your password should be little motivational messages.
It's not bad, is it? Like, you can do it.
Stop eating snacks.
Go you good thing.
So you remind yourself every couple of hours at work, stop eating snacks.
That's a good little life hack, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about the one about boiling eggs in a kettle? So you make your cup of tea at the same time as you boil your eggs. Genius.
No, well, Sarah tried that. It didn't work.
My kids use our nan's bra as a hammock, which is sort of a multi-purpose thing. So you can... there's a little life hack, they're swinging. We tie it between the trees and on a sunny day.
It's really unfortunate she's still in it as well. Hey, the other one as well, this is a good one. If you can't fit stuff, if you're weighing too much on your carry-on luggage on a plane flight, why don't you just check in some of your stuff that you don't need to take with you into Lost and Found, leave it there. When you come back, go to Lost and Found and retrieve it. They look after it for you the whole time.
I hope we have others than all the ones we've just given away on the podcast, or you'll hear it twice.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
It's time for Life Improver.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh, yeah, the Life Improver. Your Life Improver.
You know what? It's just little things. I mean, there's a new iPhone software update. Has anyone done the 16 update?
No. What happens?
I mean, you can do cool stuff to your home screen like that. That's a good one, isn't it?
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's just little things like that just to update your life.
I'm into it.
But do we... I think as adults, we need human updates, don't we? Software updates on ourselves.
Man, I'm running a really old system in here.
Yeah, you are.
I'm really like an analog system from sort of 1995.
You just got to go into your settings. I don't know where they are on your body. I think it's your left nipple. Press on that and you can just update.
Oh my God, how long is this going to take? We don't have a lot of Wi-Fi here.
Oh my gosh, an hour and a half.
I need to plug it in.
Sarah in Carlingford, what is your life hack?
Good morning, team. How are you?
Good, Sam.
Now, I heard a caller earlier talking about their swearing child, and as a new mum, I was given a somewhat unethical life hack.
Yes.
Go on.
Bear with me. It's all about starting early. So to remove any excitement or drama around a swear word, you just have to let that potty mouth fly from a young age. Weave it into every sentence so they hear it as a normal part of your vocabulary.
You're
No,
right.
but then they're just going to keep saying it. And then when they're out of the house...
No, when they know it's not wrong, they think it's boring. So they don't say
right.
it.
But they're going to build it into their everyday language, Sarah.
That's how you have to do. So pass me that beeping plate or something.
Nope.
Great effing call, Sarah. Well done. Let's go to Debbie now in Pitt Town. What's your life hack?
Hi, everybody. My life hack is after all the floods, we had very wet shoes and we needed to get them dry. And so I tied my sneakers into a knot at the laces as close as I could to the actual shoe, put them in the dryer, shut the door so the knot was on the outside, turned it on and it dried them.
See, this is a good... Okay, so because that's the worst thing about putting your shoes in the dryer is the noise that it makes and it knocks around the whole machine.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you've got to... So when you close the door, the shoelaces have to be locked into the door, Debbie.
Oh, so they're hanging on your...
So the knot's on the outside so they can't slip in.
Right.
Don't have them too long, otherwise they tumble on the inside. So you've got to have so they're sort of halfway up the door sort of thing.
I mean, Debbie, what you're really just doing is putting them in the oven, aren't you?
Or is it...
Yeah. Well, a very airy oven.
Very airy oven.
I've got the Adidas Ultra Boost as
nice.
well, and did I tell you I put them in the dryer?
Yeah, did it destroy the glue?
The top of the Ultra Boost shrunk. So I went from a size 11, so the bottom of the shoe was still 11, but the top of the shoe was a size
Shrunk.
9.
And now you've only got 50 more pairs. Oh, my God, what am I going to wear today?
Well, I had to buy another pair.
Oh, my God, Debbie, thank you.
Fiona in Marylands, what's your life hack?
So my life hack is when you're flying like economy and the person in front of you is very inconsiderate and reclines their chair all the way back. You know the aircon vents in the top that you can swivel them around? I just swivel it right on their face and I put it like full blast.
That is really clever, Fiona. If they're invading your space, then you have the right to adjust your cooler.
That's right.
Oh, Fiona, you about done yourself this morning.
And they can't ask you to turn it away because you can then ask them to put their chair up.
They're in your space.
Precisely.
Fiona,
what do you do for a living?
I'm a radiographer, so I take like X-rays and
Sure. Well, I reckon there's a side role for you right here at Nova in this life hack segment. That's outstanding work.
You're a chief.
Thank you.
Best I've ever heard.
You're our chief life improver at the moment, Fiona. Let's go to Maddie on the Northern Beaches. What's your life hack?
G'day. I was actually calling earlier because of that segment about the lies, but I guess it could work as a life hack. A mate of mine used to go through the receipts at the ATM in the pub and fish through for one that had a really big bank balance on it. And he'd keep that tucked away, and when he gave a phone number to a girl in the pub, he'd write the phone number on the back of that.
That's great.
Yeah!
That is very funny. Fiona's lost her job. Matt's just been employed here at the life hack segment. That is extraordinary. So she would turn it over and go, oh, my God. Maddie, have you seen on TikTok, we were going to talk about this another time, but there's a series of videos where a stranger, like a guy will go up to a girl and say, hey, you look really beautiful. What's your number? And the girl will go, can you stay away from me? I don't know who you are. I'm not giving you my number. Then they walk and they go, no worries. Then they walk over to their Lamborghini and look back at them, and the girl quite often will come over and then have a conversation and exchange the phone number.
Really?
Yes.
You really want a girl like that?
They do.
That's terrible.
It's extraordinary.
All right. Do you know what? 2 winners this morning, Sarah. We've got to go.
Yeah, do it.
Fiona and Maddie, you're both getting a $100 gift card. You can spend that at the iconic Amazon, Bunnings, Woolworths, wherever you want. Congratulations. And after the news, Sarah's got the latest on the Adam Levine cheating scandal. You're going to hear his response to the allegations next.
We like the life improver. How good's the life improver? Oh yeah, the life improver. Your life improver.
How good is exploring our amazing backyard again?
And ticking off all the big Aussie things, pineapples, bananas, melons.
Oh, hearing you say that makes me hungry.
Head to whatif.com and start planning your big Aussie adventure.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Who'd you find in your house?
My wife, when I got home yesterday, she was in the kitchen.
No.
Believe it.
That shouldn't be there.
Oh, my girlfriend.
A woman says that she wasn't happy at all after checking her home CCTV footage, only to see that the tradesperson that she hired, which was a Sparky electrician, he quoted her a day rate of 8 days' work to get this done. He's now halfway through the job, and she's wondering whether or not she should confront him. Because yesterday on the CCTV footage, it shows a tall blonde woman entering through the back gate and leaving 4 hours later.
I'm glad it shows the word gate.
The same thing happened the following day. The disgruntled homeowner knows the woman doesn't work for him as he is a sole trader and he works alone. Furthermore, the footage shows her wearing a willowy pleated skirt, not a uniform.
What does that mean?
Maybe she runs admin for the business. Not to be cliche.
She's doing all her work for 4 hours.
It's weird you need to come on site just to cross-check some of the ins and outs of the business.
They're balancing the numbers,
Pardon the
you know?
pun.
This seems. We spoke about this recently, and it seems to happen quite a bit that tradies are bringing people in there, and doing things in other people's houses. I mean, we got some great calls on this. Listen to these.
We grew up in the bush near Wagga, and you always used to go to church every Sunday morning. One Sunday, Dad left church early and discovered the next-door neighbour taking fuel out of the Bowser.
We were away on holidays and we have cameras in our backyard, and we found our neighbours throwing a barbie as well as using the pool.
No way.
There was about 20 people.
Mum woke up one morning about 3 a.m. She walked out the door and there's a naked guy sleeping on the couch in the family area.
Awesome. Could it be, a tradie, he's doing a bit of electrical work. The house owner has obviously said, hey, I'm going to be out most of the day and for the next 8 days of this job. Yeah. And maybe he's got something regular on the go. He's got a beautiful house to himself, might be a nice garden, a pool.
As a tradie as well, though, you would work in some beautiful houses.
Oh, yeah.
And you know when you walk into a house sometimes and you just feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. You know what? And you know the owner's going to be out all day. It would be great to bring some friends over and give them a tour of the house that you're working on at the moment.
I'm going to be here for 8 hours, guys. Don't be shy. Drop in for lunch.
It's crazy. Paula's given us a call from Castle Hill. Who did your neighbours find in their home, Paula?
Yeah, the
Well, the mum heard a noise downstairs and came down and found this guy asleep on her couch.
Oh, where did he come from?
She freaked out, and then it turns out the guy had a big night of drinking, and his house was about 100 metres further up on the same side, and just got in through the back door and went to sleep.
This is brilliant.
And they called the cops, and they are the ones that got him up and out, but it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, for me it was hilarious, but for them they were terrified.
I mean, if some of those townhouses, they look the same. I mean, if you've had a few sherbets, right, you can walk into any one of them. There's a couch in the same area, in the same townhouse, 10 of them in a row.
How are they getting in, though?
Back door.
Well, see, no, but don't you lock your back door?
No, but I'm just going to sneak in so I don't wake the wife, and then you wake up and you go, hang on a minute. Oh, that's not my kitchen. That's not my painting.
It's a horrible feeling.
That's not my wife.
Kelly in Castle Craig, who did you find at your place?
Oh, I found my neighbour and their 5 kids playing in my backyard.
Okay. They just wanted your backyard over theirs?
Well, we were away and they sent me a message to ask if they could come and use my tennis court, and I just didn't respond because they always used to just help themselves. And 5 days later, we get a call from the security to say our alarm's been tripped. And so I watched the CCTV footage to see 5 kids breaking through my fence with the mum watching and running into my backyard, on the court, on the trampoline, running up the stairs.
Oh, wow.
And then 10 minutes later, the mum comes through with her racket and just hits against the wall. And then the little kids trip the alarm. And so when we return home, I find my gate completely broken with the padlock fully locked.
You're kidding me.
And nope. So we had to pay for the security call out and the fence fixed. And she never, ever, ever admitted to it.
Did you ask? Did you tell her that you saw it on CCTV?
Well, I actually eventually did. We were about to do a knockdown rebuild, so I parked it in my back pocket. So when she got too much during the build, I just sort of pulled that ace out, and she hasn't spoken to me since. In fact, she can't even look at me now.
Well done, Kel.
Jeez, well
Held on to it.
Yeah, tactically.
Tactically very smart. Victoria in Bella Vista, who did you find at your place?
Well, we found a random guy sleeping on our couch. Because many years ago, I grew up in the Adelaide Hills, and it was kind of safe then, so we never locked our doors.
Yeah.
And so one day I went downstairs and I saw my dad sitting on the couch because he had a fixing coat that he used to wear. So I think, okay, Mum and Dad must have an argument. So I went upstairs to see Mum, and there was someone in the bed with her. I said, who's in the bed with you? And she goes, it's your father. Who do you think it is? I said, well, who's that down on the couch?
Oh, no.
So Dad got up, grabbed his shotgun, ran downstairs, poked the guy and woke him up and said, hey, mate, what you doing? And he goes, oh, look, I'm sorry. I was at a party up the road, got a bit drunk, got a bit lost, it was a bit cold. So just came in and thought I'd have a sleep for a while.
Oh, good on him. Did you make him a cup of tea? I would have made him a cup of tea.
Oh, there's both barrels between his eyes.
I had no clothes on.
Get out. My God.
Adrian in Kellyville, who did your friend find in her apartment?
Yeah, she lived in an apartment block, and she woke up to a guy having had a few drinks, wandered in and jumped into bed with her, thinking that it was his apartment. He was too drunk to know the difference.
Does she keep her front door open as well, Adrian?
Yeah, she does. But this is some time ago, because the best part of the story is that they ended up dating and then finally getting married.
You're kidding me.
That's awesome.
No
Great
way.
story.
Oh, Adrian, cracking story.
I mean, that's a tip for anyone out there to break into someone's home and lay next to them in bed.
Leave your front door open.
That is a great...
Adrian, thanks, buddy. Oh, hang on. Let's go to Em in Collaroy. What's your story, Em?
Morning, guys. My one's a bit different to what you've been hearing, but it's actually currently going on. We have some remedial works happening in our block of apartments at the moment. Yeah. And each time we get home from work, the tradies have been just chipping away at our fruit bowl. And I wanted to get your opinion because we're pretty laid-back people. But each day they've been chipping away at our pears and bananas, and it's just a bit weird if you ask me.
What, in your apartment?
Yes.
That's very weird. You can't just help yourself to...
My old man, I remember when in school holidays, because Dad was a Sparky, Dad, when we would work at people's homes, on the way out, he would check the fridge.
You're kidding me.
And say to me, take a chocolate bar or something if there was something there.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
A bit of help yourself.
It's just a bit of tax on the job.
God.
But see, Emma, a piece of fruit, I mean, fruit.
We don't mind at all. It's just, well, to be honest, I've built a bit of rapport with them.
Yeah.
So yesterday I just said to them, boys, like, you've been helping yourself to some fruit. And they're just completely like, and I just wanted them to be like, yeah, sorry, it just looks so nice. My flatmate's OCD, so we have a big, beautiful fruit bowl that's very inviting.
Yeah.
But they just flat out deny, and that's what gives me the...
Yeah, I bet.
Didn't you accuse a tradie of stealing your wife's bag?
That's right.
Yeah, we'd misplaced it, unfortunately, but we called the guy and said, you just need to be open, you need to be honest. We're going to move past this, just hand it back and we'll move on.
Have you since rang him and
My wife has called him and apologised for not accusing, slightly suggesting and partly berating him.
What did he say?
He said, no, I haven't touched it,
No, but when she called and said sorry.
Oh, he was fine. No, we've repaired that one.
What
Can
a
I
good
just
man.
ask Em one question? With the tradies in the house, because it sounds like you are building a bit of a rapport, are any of them a little bit cute?
Well, another thing happened yesterday.
Here we go.
One of
Your
them-
undies went missing.
There is one, but which is fine. This stuff kind of happens all the time. I'm avoiding swearing right now. But one of my big mirrors in my apartment, he must have bumped it and it's shattered everywhere. And he's managed to clean it up, and he thought he'd just go a few days without telling me.
Oh.
And I had to go and say, boys, there's a mirror missing, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, we were going to tell you. I'm like, it's been 3 days. So even if they were cute, I'm just sorry. It's a bit too dodgy for me.
You're angry now, aren't you?
They're
You're
not
angry.
the best tradies,
They're not
are
honest.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Thanks, Em. That's
Oh,
extraordinary.
anyway, we're pretty keen for them to get out.
Move
Well
on.
done, Em. Great call. Thank you very much.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Guys, great effort. Let's go back about a year. 36 pubs we did in what was meant to be a 24-hour period. It was a big start. I mean, we had our first beer at about 8 o'clock, if you remember.
Yep.
Shouldn't have gone for a big schooner. Should have just had a little midi and then rolled on to the next one. We did very well. It was a busy day. Started out west in Parramatta and then moved into the city. The Balmain area was popular, and I ended up at the Clock in Surrey Hills. It was a big hit out.
You learn from your mistakes.
What do you mean?
Well, we made a few mistakes that day.
Do you know one of the great moves we made was when we got to that El Loco bar and we said,
Oh, here we go.
whoa.
I don't think I can do another beer. Vodka Red Bulls.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
And
no,
it really kicked things into gear a little bit.
No, we had to.
We had to stay awake.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's like a marathon. I reckon each pub would be a kilometre. It would be like a kilometre in a marathon.
We ran 36 kilometres that day. What was interesting, we were inspired by a guy who had, I think he'd done about 64 or 62.
No, it was 52, wasn't it?
No, it was in the 60s, I'm sure.
No.
Really?
It was like 52 or 50.
We were going for 52.
Yeah.
Well, then bow your head, because one man has broken the world record again.
What?
He's done 67 pubs, right, in what was a 24-hour period, but he knocked it over in 17 hours.
That is so aggressive.
His name is Nathan Crimp from the UK. Nath, welcome to the show, buddy.
How you doing? You all right?
Nath, congratulations, you absolute weapon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
What time in the morning did you start, Nath?
So we started at 11 a.m. GMT, and then managed to smash the record actually by 9:30 in the evening.
Just awesome. But you kept going, didn't you, Nath?
Yeah, well, the record's there to be broken, so went on to do officially another 10. Unofficially another 13.
Oh,
wow.
So were you running from pub to pub, Nath, or were you getting a lift?
Yeah, no, so the rules are you're not allowed to use sort of predetermined transport or anything like that. So it was walking pub to pub. Luckily, down here in Brighton, there's a lot of pubs. So, yeah, it was a mission. I think we covered, it was something like 29 kilometres altogether. So, shy of half a marathon.
All right, so you can't have sort of a minivan with everybody on, hopping on and off.
Yeah.
We didn't do that
and
either.
lollies and snacks
No,
on it.
we definitely didn't
How
do
long
that.
did you spend in each pub, Nath?
Well, so it depended really on the vibe of the pub. So some of them, you know, because I mean we were an hour and 40 ahead. within literally a few 3-4 hours of starting.
Yeah.
We literally just smashed out the first load.
Mm-hmm.
That meant we got a bit more time. The boys ate. I couldn't eat. I was far too bloated. But yeah, we managed to. I mean, there was a few pubs that we did, sort of half hour, 40 minutes in, really nice to sort of have a sit down and stuff. But there were a lot where it was literally tell the guys what we were doing, get the drink down you, and then off to the next one. So
I think what's impressive too, I read here that you went sort of one pub on, one pub off in terms of having an alcoholic drink. But at the same time, by the end of it, you would have easily consumed maybe 20 to 30 litres of beer. That must have sat beautifully in you.
Yeah, so I'm not a massive beer drinker. I'm more shots and whiskey and stuff like that.
God.
So I mean, the plan was first 50 pubs. Keep it nice and sober, just sort of take it easy and stuff. But about 15 pubs in, and that went straight out the window. I do like a booze. I do like a booze, and when you're in the pub, it's just like, well, what else? What else can you do? So so it was a lot of J2Os, and then like a shot afterwards or something like that, just to really wash it down. Really wash it down.
You're an animal.
I also didn't realise as well, I was drinking more than I needed to at each pub. I thought it was 175 ml you have to drink. It's not, it's only 125. So there's about 50 ml extra per pub that I managed to take down as well.
Who's your footy team? Did you get to watch anyone play footy at all? Who do you barrack for, Nath?
So I'm a West Ham fan. We played on the Sunday, lost to Everton though. So to be honest, with that and a hangover, it was.
Yeah, but you got yourself a world record. Do you know what I love about this?
Well, exactly.
Nath, what I love about this too is I was witness to the correspondence between yourself and also Hannah, our producer, and in text you messaged saying, sure, I'll come on, but I don't want them to break the record. You can be guaranteed, Nath, your record is safe. I mean, we are going to do the Fitz and Whipper pub tour again this year, probably in about a month's time actually, but doing 36 pubs last year, that's as far as we got, and we were stuffed. So we're going to try and break our own record of 36 pubs. That's a challenge we'll set, so your record is safe.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you do manage to do 67, a month later I'll come on and beat it again. There you go.
Well done.
Good on you.
Phenomenal commitment. Good on you, Nath.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a massive shout out as well, because it was for charity as much as it was, a nice sort of booze up and stuff like that. I was very much doing it in honour of my staffy, Cara, who sadly passed away. We got her from Dogs Trust over here in the UK. I don't know if you've probably got something similar out in Australia, but the dog homes and stuff, since COVID's hit and stuff like that, they've been overwhelmed with pups and stuff. So if anyone, can just go and support their local dog shelters and your local boozers, because, they're suffering as well.
Yeah, well done, Nath. Well said.
Please go out and do so, because they really deserve it.
Dogs and grog. Good on you, Nath.
Well done, mate. No, well done. It's a great cause, and we appreciate your time.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
We were in shock this morning when we found out Mariah Carey admitted, she admitted this in her memoir 2 years ago. I didn't know this, Sarah, and I know you read that book around about 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. Revealed that she once wrote, produced and sang background vocals on an album, Mariah Carey's grunge album back in the 90s.
Got to be really careful on the brand here, because I'm a huge fan of her innocent vocals.
I was playing with the style of the breezy grunge punk light white female singers who were popular at the time. Who are we talking about?
Kurt Cobain?
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 90s, who was it female singers? Melissa Etheridge?
Yeah.
What about Kurt Cobain's wife?
Courtney
Love.
Courtney Love in Hole.
Hole,
Hole was a great band.
Yeah, that was probably one.
That was kind of grunge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was 2 years ago she revealed that, but she didn't have any audio. She's found it. She's found the original version of a song called Someone's Ugly Daughter.
No way.
What a horrible title for a song.
So sorry, did she release the audio, or have you found the audio?
No. This is not me. Actually, we'll muck around soon. But this is the actual audio of Mariah Carey's grunge song, Someone's Ugly Daughter.
Is that her?
That's her.
Really?
very 90s.
Isn't it?
Doesn't sound anything like her.
I'm wearing a flannelette shirt, oversized, really awkward. I've got my 501s on.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
You can see it being used in a 90s teen rom-com where she has a transformation.
Yeah, I got a pair of Stussy pants, Blundstones, and a Cooter Lions jumper on.
Can I went to Snitchy, who's a bit of a whiz in the sound booth, right? And I said, Snitchy, Mariah Carey, grunge.
He couldn't, could he?
He's gone away this morning. What are we kicking it off with first? Have we got a bit of Nirvana first, or have we got Pearl Jam first?
Okay.
Well, let's go that first. What do you got there? Let's have a listen to this one, Macca. What have you got? Pearl Jam.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
She's just big all over the shop.
Okay, that's your first one.
It's the mashup no one asked for.
Can we go Nirvana? I think he's got Nirvana Come As You Are in there.
That does not work. That doesn't work, mate.
I can't decide if I like it or not. It's like sensory overload.
Yeah, I just want to hear one or the other. It's killing me. When one's on, I want that.
It's like scratching your face.
That is good. And can you go the other one? The other one is another Pearl Jam track.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a listen to this grunge classic from Mariah Carey, the one that you just put in before.
Right, heard
Put it
first.
To the side, Macca. If that one is in there.
Heard first on the Fitzy and Whipper show.
Here it is.
Oh, you can't. Sort of.
Yeah, I mean, we heard a new version of pull that down, Mac. In fact, turn that off and never play it again.
Welcome everyone to Chicago. Unfortunately, Eddie Vedder's had to pull out tonight, and replacing him is Mariah Carey.
Wow. Money back, please.
It's not bad.
It's not great.
It's not bad.
It's not good either.
What can't she do?
Grunge.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment this morning. Adam Levine. Oh, my
Here we go. What's the
goodness.
update? We got a bit of phone booth or whatever
No,
it's called.
we're playing this one. Sunday morning. Something nice.
All
for
I
him.
need, yeah.
Great song.
All
anyway.
I need is another girl on my side.
All I need is this Instagram model to zip it.
I think the last thing he needs is more women, because a few more have come out saying that he has messaged them, sending flirty, raunchy messages.
No way.
His response has been this: I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed a line during a regrettable period of my life. In certain instances, it became inappropriate. Anyway, that specific girl, the model we talked about yesterday, she says he needs to get this man a dictionary. So that he can understand what flirting is.
I think what's happened there is he's played a technicality. You see this a little bit. He has used the word affair. He's choosing to use the word affair to suggest there was no emotional connection. But the act still would have been carried out in what he would be described as just physical.
And what's his wife's name, Sarah? She's a model herself.
She is a model, yes. Sorry. No,
Deirdre, I think.
Not Deirdre. She is a
Harty Prinsloo.
That's
Victoria's Secret model.
She is. Thank you, Jess. And
How
they
do
have
you know
3
that?
kids. Yeah, very well done.
But see, Sarah, you know what? He's come out and said, look, I didn't do anything, but as soon as you say the word but, you're sending messages to people.
Oh, absolutely. Look, if it was anyone in this room, I think that relationship would be over. Would it not?
This is a guy.
He's now only got maroon 4 chances.
Very good.
Hold on a tick. It's just under here.
Oh,
Got it.
well done. That was tough to get to.
This is coming from a guy who ripped his shirt off at the Super Bowl.
What is wrong with that?
Because it's a huge image brand play.
That was one of the worst Super Bowl performances.
Sorry,
Oh
no,
my
it
God.
wasn't.
How did he get invited to perform at the Super Bowl?
They sounded fantastic. The Maroon 5 hate is so unfounded
It's
in
not.
here.
It's not hate. It's more disappointment. Like I'm a parent.
He was voted hottest man on the planet there one year.
He
remember?
was, yeah.
How what? Has George Clooney died?
Just have a quick listen to this.
What?
Is this it?
So he has one stinking song. It is
Payphone.
Mate, do you want to play Poop Diddy Scoop and see if he's still into Kanye?
Yeah, that's actually a fair call, sir.
The stench
For a
on
man that loves
on
Kanye
payphone.
so much.
Everyone gets
Ooh.
one stinker. Finally, guys, John Hamm, I know you're a massive fan
Oh,
of
the
his.
wrapped ham.
Yeah, he was on Howard Stern. He was very funny. He was talking about the moment he got the call. So what had happened was he went to this party. He'd never met Tom Cruise. Rumours, he's going to show up. John Hamm thinks this is a stitch-up. Anyway, Tom Cruise does arrive with his mum as his plus one.
Oh.
They don't really get to chat much, but they hang. Anyway, then he gets this call.
I'm driving down the road and my phone rings and it's my agent. Hey, they're coming at you for the Top Gun sequel. And I was like, well, then the answer is yes. Are you crazy? Well, we don't know the money and this and that, and it's not this and that. I was like, no. The answer is yes.
Awesome.
You work out the details, but the answer is yes. If this goes away, you're all fired.
How good is that?
I know.
See,
He's right, though.
There would have been an element, though, because in Top Gun Maverick, he's the bad guy. He's the one that's against Maverick. There would have been, I reckon John Hamm in the back of his mind was thinking, if Iceman is dying, I could be the new
Yeah,
Iceman.
the next guy. Yeah, well, he probably will be if there's a third
But he's
one.
like a stiff military character, isn't he? But he's good.
He's
really
excellent.
good in it.
He's got amazing hair, hasn't he?
Doesn't he?
Yeah, a few amazing
Everything.
parts to his
Yeah.
body.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Is it wrong to lie when you're attempting to pick up someone? I don't know what to make of this because it's kind of clever in a way. This is a story from a girl who was waiting in line to get a coffee, right? She's standing there and then all of a sudden she realises that this guy is giving her serious eye contact from across the room. When they walk out of the coffee place, she then realises that was actually a friend of a friend. So maybe that's why he was looking at her. Later that day, this girl goes round to her friend's place at a hotel room before a party, and there's a knock at the door. It's the guy. When he arrives, the friend says he struggles to communicate. He then says, on text, he writes in notes and holds it up, "I'm deaf," to this girl.
Oh, right, okay, so he couldn't write.
So, "I'm deaf."
Yep.
He then writes, "Could I have your number so we can text? It's easier for me."
Right.
Okay.
So the number gets put into the phone and they have texts back and forth all afternoon. He's writing things like, "You have such a beautiful smile." She's writing, "Thank you so much. Really great to meet you." And the text conversation goes back and forth for quite a while all afternoon. They then go to a party that night. She walks in and he's there, middle of a group of blokes, telling a really funny story.
Oh, no.
He's not deaf.
He's not deaf for 1 second.
Yeah, that's not okay.
See, I don't mind it. I think creative to actually get someone over the line, but you're always going to get found out at some stage, so you need a good alibi.
You do. He said, she walked up, looked at him, and he was like a deer in headlights. Immediately, he stops his story and starts apologising.
In sign
Saying,
language.
"I'm so sorry for pretending to be deaf. I just wanted your number."
It's a bit full on.
And that was the easiest way to get your number.
I don't mind a white lie, but that one just feels really quite heavy.
It's got a bit of stink on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, you've sort of come off real intense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a drastic move to make if you don't have the confidence just to have a conversation and say, "Hey, I'd love to keep chatting with you. Do you mind if I ask for your number?"
Even, do you know what, as a girl, if a guy said to you, "Oh, look, I just get really shy and quite nervous. Do you mind if we do this over text?" Sure, some people would go, "That's just weird." Other people would go, "That's really sweet that you said that." Absolutely, we'll get to know each other that way.
Okay, here's another one for you that I used once. I've had two shoulder reconstructions. So there's quite large scars at the front of my shoulders. I said to a girl one night, I don't know how it was brought up. We were talking scars, and I showed her the two scars, and she goes, "Oh my God, how did that happen?" And I said, "I got kidnapped once, and they, as a form of torture, they held my arms out, and they had two cars either side of me, and I was tied up to the cars, and they reversed the cars, and they ripped half my arm, both my arms."
Gangster film.
Yeah, and I held the cars together and I was let go. And I survived, and that's the scars of them sewing back my arms together and my shoulders back
Did she
together.
buy it?
Nope.
Did she laugh at least? Like, I would find that funny. I would engage with you on that and laugh.
Can you get away with scars? Can you come up with stories for scars?
Yeah,
A mate of mine, he rolled into a party one time. He'd found a wheelchair on the street and started telling a story about how he was in a tractor that rolled over and he woke up and there was a dingo licking an open wound in his leg.
It's just way too intense again.
And that he'd written to the manufacturer of the tractor company, Dear John Deere. And then this routine just carried on and people were buying the story to the point where we went, I don't know what to do here.
So he was in the wheelchair?
Yeah, he's sitting in it.
He was just...
And then got up and walked out of the party. But he thought it would be a really great technique to get people dragged into a story and maybe some sort of comfort kiss or...
I mean, the thing with that is that it could be real. So you can't laugh.
No.
You can't say, whereas Fitzy, there's no chance he had his arms ripped off in a bike he wore.
No. Where I grew up, yeah, it's highly likely.
On a lighter note, a mate of mine, he used to say he lived not far from a bar and he would say, hey, why don't we all go back to my place for a spa? And people would go, yeah, great fun. Never had a spa. Everyone would get back there and go, where's your spa?
You can't claim that as a lie.
Where's your spa?
Did he make them all get in the bathtub?
No, in the fish tank. No, it was just like, what do you mean? What's going on here?
Turns the sprinkler on.
But everybody would go back to the apartment.
Hey, fellas, stay here. I'll go over there and tell her I've got a spa, but I don't.
Serves her right for saying yes to that.
It would work.
No.
And groups of people would go back to his apartment, assuming he had this rooftop spa that he kept selling him.
The other big one is occupation, lying about your occupation. A lot of people do that to impress. I mean, we used to borrow cars. Michael O'Loughlin, he was sponsored by Ford, and Mickey O used to give us brand new Fords for dates. So you boys have got a first date and you want to impress the girls?
Yep.
Just come to me and I'll go to Ford and get you a brand new car.
See, is that lying?
But see, then
I don't mind that. That's nice. It's like putting on a nice outfit for a date.
Yeah, but see, then an occupation, another one. Guys use marine biologists for so long.
I used to do shark fishermen.
The girls want to actually meet a dolphin themselves.
Dolphin trainer. That was always the one.
Oh, I went for great white hunter. I thought it sounded dangerous.
Great white hunter?
Yeah. I would go out and catch the big stuff.
Well, you can't. They're an endangered species.
Not many people pulled me up on it back then. I mean, I was 18 at the time. Nobody went into the conservation efforts of people for great whites around the world.
If they'd called you up, you would have gone, don't worry about it.
Moved on really quickly. Shut up and kiss me and don't question it. You're not into it? Okay, I'll head off.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.